Well, Kodak Black is now in prison, sentenced to almost 4 years. Did you guys ever cross paths?
No, I got the Twitter follow while he was in prison, not this time, but my previous one, which I always thought was kind of weird. I always wondered who hit that button. But no, I always that's really he's pretty much my favorite, current rapper, him, Thug, Youngboy, a few others. But I mean, I'm a fucking Kodak Stan to another level.
Really?
Huge Kodak fan. So for me, seeing him go away for a few years is really painful. I'd really be listening to him a lot.
I mean, I like Kodak, not as much as you do, but I think he makes good music, and I think he has an interesting story to tell, very introspective. And it just seemed like there are no adults around. For him to be in prison for buying a bunch of guns and faking and saying that you're not a felon, you're in a public store doing this with video cameras around, filling out paperwork. One of those guns, I guess, was found at a crime scene of a shooting or something like that.
With one in the chamber and his fingerprints.
Yeah.
That's not a decision. That's what I read in the news. So.
Yeah, and the judge basically said that, everyone makes mistakes, everyone does stupid stuff, but you've been doing stupid stuff since you were 15. And the fact that he's one of the biggest artists in America and probably gets well over 100,000, maybe 150,000 a show, and he has platinum singles and albums that probably go gold or platinum, and now you're sitting in a cage for the next 3.5 years eating shitty food surrounded by a bunch of men is just such a waste,
right,
to me. It's just crazy just putting my head around that situation.
Well, I'm going to put it like this. This is how somebody explained Kodak to me one time. Because, okay, you know that song Drowning by A-Boogie? And they did a music video and Kodak wasn't in it. And I asked somebody at one point, I said, why wasn't Kodak in that music video? And I knew why, because I had heard street shit, people talking about it. And they said, it's because A-Boogie got robbed and he didn't do anything about it. Kodak knew about that A-Boogie got his chain took at one point. A lot of people know about that. But he wasn't in a rush to go beat somebody up or shoot somebody or whatever. A-Boogie didn't handle it in the way that Kodak thought he should have, I guess. So Kodak didn't do that video. And I was like, why? Why the fuck would Kodak care that much? Why the fuck does it matter to him? And this person said to me, they said, Kodak, all he has is his gangsterism. That's all he cares about. It's all he's ever known. He's like, you can't even wrap your head around the extent to that matters to him. And I've always thought that was really interesting because that don't matter to me at all. It's never really, there's a code of how you should handle yourself as a man, but it's much more general when you're just like a regular guy. To me, if somebody gets robbed for their jewelry, if I found out that you got fucking hijacked last night, I would, that sucks, whatever, but I'm not gonna judge you for it, for how you handle it. And when you think about Kodak, it's like he really, when I think about that situation with him allegedly going and shooting up some other rapper's crib with a gun that he bought in his name or whatever, I just kind of think back to that conversation and I'm like, I don't know if Kodak has it in him to act in his own best interest at the expense of what he considers to be his moral code.
Well, yeah, I remember I interviewed Trey D, and we talked about his jail situation, and Trey's convinced that he's not going to be in PC. He was saying everything he knows about Kodak Black and the principles that he puts out there and whatever else, he feels that he would lose all of his, quote unquote street cred by checking himself into protective custody.
So, I mean, with money like him, with money like his, either he'll go to protective custody, which I doubt, because he talked too much hardcore shit.
You don't think he's going to go to PC?
No.
Why not?
Black. Not Kodak Black.
You don't think so? This is not a big, tough man. This is a little, chubby little guy.
Whoop my ass. I don't give a fuck. I used to be small. When I first went to YA, I was 5'6", weighed 132 pounds. Kill me, motherfucker. I'm not going to no protective custody.
Right, but you weren't worth $10 million as well.
Oh, no, shit. I probably wouldn't even worth $10,000.
Right.
But No, I'm just saying, as a person, representing how he represent, you can't go to the prison and then go to protective custody and then come back talking about how bad and dangerous and big shot motherfucker that you is. No, you got to go stand by that behind the wall. That's where you go get your stamp at. For talking all that shit. Now you hear what's happening.
That he's going to be out there in the yard with everyone else, taking a major risk, honestly, because all it takes is one bozo who's trying to earn a strike to go stab Kodak.
And I just don't even see how Trey D, obviously, he's the OG, he knows what he's talking about, but I don't feel like you have a choice whether you get to be in PC at a certain point. Do you?
Yes, you do. Yeah.
I feel like if you're famous enough, they're just not going to let you be in GP because you're going to be an issue, like what you're saying. Somebody's going to kill you.
No, I think you have a choice. I think if you say, I'm not going into PC, and I will sign the release forms or whatever else, I don't think they could force you to be in PC if you don't want to be. Boosie was in PC.
I would be in there so quick. I ain't really eager to hang out with a bunch of weirdos either, but hey, man, fuck it.
Oh, yeah. Listen, I don't subscribe to none of this shit.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I'm good. Like, I'm not trying to go to jail. I'm not trying to do any crimes. I'm happy running a legitimate business. I don't have problems calling the police when a crime has occurred. I'm not thugging it out. I'm not shooting it out. I'm just running a legitimate business, and that's it. But I mean, shit. If Kodak is not showing up to a video set for really one of the biggest songs of his career, if you think about it. Drowning, if not his biggest song, definitely one of them in the top 2 or 3, because A-Boogie didn't shoot the guy that robbed his chain.
And there's other
and put himself in the same situation that Kodak is in right now.
Right. I mean, at a certain point, you got to look at everybody in the game and be like, oh, maybe this rapper ain't as hot as this rapper. But this rapper has no record and is chilling and doesn't have to deal with bullshit and moves around smart. And then you got Kodak, and Kodak is...
And let me tell you, there is no guarantee that he's going to come out of that prison sentence. He's in a very violent place with people who have nothing to lose. Certain rappers come out of prison and they pick up where they left off. Other rappers come out, like let's say Shine. They come out and it's over.
Yeah.
Shine doesn't even do music anymore. He lives in Belize. He got married. He had a kid. He became a Hasidic Jew. Like he chose to do other things because the music thing just wasn't popping anymore.
But to be fair, I think Kodak has done a lot more to cement his career, whereas Shine was always kind of just an idea. He never
Shine
proved
was
himself.
pretty hot before he went in.
He was hot, but he didn't have records that were like proving that this is the dude.
No, but he had records that were reacting. Like Bad Boy, like the song Barrington Levy was a hot record. He came out sounding kind of like Biggie, and people were kind of dismissing him. And then once his album came out and the singles came out, I mean, I remember. I'm a little older than you, so
yeah,
I think I experienced
for
it
me, yeah.
a little differently than you. People were fucking with Shine. He was with Bad Boy, who was the hottest label at the time, and this was their marquee artist, pretty much. Puffy was fucking with him. Like, he was like the second coming of Biggie. He had the same type of gruffness. And first album, I think, went gold or whatever. Like, he was setting up to have a legitimate career, and then boom, the shooting happened, 10 years in prison or 15 years or whatever. And then that's it.
But that's Shine, and Shine definitely made a mark and stuff, but I would say Kodak is by far one of the most influential rappers on the current generation. Like, I would...
I'm not going to argue with
it's
that.
like,
yeah.
He's massively important to these kids, and
yes.
It's hard for me to imagine him losing that in 3 or 4 years. Now, granted, I mean, what the fuck is 3 or 4 years in jail going to be like for Kodak when he allegedly was like off drugs and grabbed a fucking guard by the balls and squeezed so hard he had to go to the hospital?
Well, yeah, because think about it. 3 years could turn into 13 years very easily. In prison, those crimes that you do in prison are not considered off the books. That's a regular ass crime with a regular ass sentence to go along with it. And in fact, they don't have to chase after you to take you to court because you're right there.